Justice Paul? Yeah. hmm Now, in the language of Chief Justice Chase of the United States Supreme Court, yeah, all the citizens or subjects of one belligerent, yes, are enemies of the government and of all the citizens or subjects of the other, both in civil and international wars. Relief, therefore, afforded to individuals is relief to enemies. And so, far forth also relief to the enemy considered as a nation or government. Let's say we had a war, but it wasn't a nation or government, because when you think about war, you think it about one nation against another. World War II, yeah. United States versus Japan or United States versus Germany, yes. Or you think about it as a government, a communist government, yes. But let's say that these belligerents, yeah, that call themselves the family, yeah, they come to find out the money and they are actually enemies of the government of the United States. Now, this is probably the first time where there's been a war against the citizens of the United States and a non-government and a non-nation, but it's real. See, every time I communicate with Deputy Fish, pooch, his goiter gets swallowed in his throat. And every time you try to choke me to death, it's because of the use of technology. Your family is belligerents. You're the belligerents of the United States. Somebody convinced the top secrets, those that know. I'm going to have to put my dog on you, and I'm going to make a dog that looks like you, and then we're going to surveillance you, and then you're just going to change places with each other, and we're going to call them the top secret family, and they're going to be the belligerents that are going to be the enemies of the United States of America. All the citizens or subjects of the other. Now I know your family. You're the belligerents. You're the come to find out family that as long as you kept coming the money, you could buy anything you want. You could buy judges. You could buy the sheriff. You could buy the police department. But you're all belligerents. And the problem is, America never considered having war against somebody, yeah, that was not a government or a nation. Now, there are a lot of corporations that said, well, we just have to know. And I thought, no, they're belligerents, pooch. And you're pooch. You're belligerents. All the citizens are subjects of one belligerent, are enemies of the government, and of all the citizens or subjects of the other. Now, for all of those in the family, yeah, that said, well, I'm doing so good because of all the money I've been getting because I'm in the family. Yes, you can sign right here. Judge Advocate General, the furnishing of money to the belligerents known as the family right now that have to come to find out because their sexual nerve endings or their communication system is no less a relieving of him where consideration is received in return than where the amount supplied is a free gift. First time in quite possibly the history of the world where we have a war against those that are belligerents. The whole family's a bunch of belligerents that decide to use their sexual nerve endings to come to find out. And all it is just a bunch of enemies. Now, I looked up this status belie. I thought that was an interesting Latin term, and I tried to get the actual meaning of it. I did notice variation status belie justi, yeah, Justi, as in justice. Let's say my public defender has a dog. His dog comes to find out, decides he has to get paid, so you're going to have to put me in a mental institution. And you're going to say I'm crazy until the day that you do it. But I provided all the evidence I hadn't committed any crimes. Prevailed at the date of the offense, but of the existence of no such status, the court will ordinarily take judicial notice without proof. where it is doubtful whether the war had begun at the time of the offense, or had not ended before such time, or the time of the ordering of the court. It may be necessary to put in evidence the action of Congress, or the executive in declaring war, announcing the recurrence of peace, etc. Now, I know you would say the United States would never declare war against the belligerents known as the family. But, as we all know, when you decide to remove the citizen's right to defend, somebody's going to have to enforce that. Yeah. Now, there was a little lawsuit about the rule of law, penalty, stigma, or serious loss imposed by the government of Clallam County and Jefferson County. Yes. The rights of being an American citizen. And then there's these liabilities, these tort liabilities that you're obstructing me from suing you for. Yeah. And then there's the Codex Alimentarius Commission, Alimentarius. As I remember the Queen and the royal families of the world, they wanted to regulate all vitamins and supplements. Yes. And I thought the FDA has really not been doing a good job, because I thought that some of these technologies that are being sold as franchises, yeah, they seem to get FDA approval if you're in the family and you know how to come the money. Could you get me every employee of the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration? Yes. I'd just like to know of all the belligerents in the family right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to have them removed. Now, this whole concept of regulating, as in you need to have a prescription to buy a vitamin, yes. The Queen of England was very big on this, because I had done some study about Codex Alimentarius. Yeah. And it seemed that we have a larger problem today, that somebody... Just give me every employee of the Federal Drug Administration. Or is it the Food and Drug Administration? Yeah. Now, this right now,